What's up, everybody? Back with another tutorial. This week's gonna be pretty fun. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a sick remix, but not doing just one song, but two. So we're gonna be covering two pretty epic songs. I will play it for you right now, and I think you'll recognize them.
I met this girl late last year. She said, don't you worry if I disappear. I told her I'm not really looking for another mistake. I called an old friend thinking that the trouble would wait, but then I jumped right in a week later, returned. I reckon she was only looking for a lover to burn, but I gave her my time for 2 or 3 nights. Then I put it on pause until the moment was right. I went away 4 months until our paths crossed again. She told me I was never looking for a friend. Maybe you could swing by my room around 10. Baby, bring the lemon and the bottle of gin. We'll be in between the sheets till the late AM. Baby, if you wanted me, then you should have just said she's singing. Don't bring my...
All right, there you have it, folks. So we've got Don't by Ed Sheeran, and we've got Sugar by Robin Schultz and Francesco Yates. So what I did was I took the vocal from Don't, and then I had to flex the time of it. I want it to be faster because the original BPM of that vocal is much lower. So I pushed it up to 115 beats per minute. To do that, you just click flex time right there and then change the BPM in your DAW. So that will stretch it out. I'm just gonna refreeze that. Basically, yeah, that's what I did for the vocal. Now, for the instrumental, I used the guitar riff from Sugar. So I used this amp from Slate Digital called THU Slate. Used this preset, Flanger Ambient Picking HB, messed around with some of the settings in there just to get it away sounding cool. I used this EQ also from Slate Digital just to cut out some of the lows. You can use any EQ to do that though. I just like the way that this one rolls off. And then I used Kickstart, which is the side chaining tool I mentioned in the last week's tutorial. I have it set to every quarter note. So on every quarter note, the volume dips a little bit, but I only have it coming in at the second part there, so that as we get closer to the drop, the waviness builds a little bit. So you can see the knob changing right there with that automation. And then I did the same thing with this filtering tool from Waves called One Knob. You can also use an EQ to do this, but I just find this easier and quicker. Same thing, automation, pulled it away at the second half and then pulled it back in. See the knob going. Okay, so that's the guitar. And then other than that, in the pre-drop, I just really have some risers, some downers, some ambient effects. I'll play all these for transition here. Little rainforest noise. Then this riser here, right there. This snap, just to add a little bit of rhythm as we get closer to the drop. And then I made this pad, just using the chord progression. This pad is from Orbital, which is a preset pack on Serum, made by Alex Rome. You probably heard a little bit of pitch bending in there. I'll show you guys how to do that once I get into the bass. So now we're in the drop. Oh yeah, one other thing I had here was just these little Ed Sheeran vocal chops. Just to tease the song that's coming. Let people know, oh, I recognize that. Okay, now we're in the drop. So we got a pretty standard kick drum here. I haven't actually done any processing to it yet. This project's still pretty early stages. So for the bass, this is kind of the key element of the drop. So I actually used presets that I found, Serum again. These presets I found on Big Z. He's another good music educator, really good. So there's 3 layers to it. There's the main bass, the sub, and then a harmonic layer, which is much more subtle and distant in the mix. But so this is the main bass. So how did I make this? Let's pull it up. So you probably heard that pitch bend right there. So if you go to automation under your MIDI, you can actually click channel 1 pitch bend and bend certain notes up as much as you want. So I wanted to get this note or that note right there to sort of just to add a little bit of swagger to it. Whoops. Yeah, so you can hear that there. And then I did the same thing for the sub and the harmonic as well. But for the processing, again, I haven't really done a lot of mixing yet, but I just cut out the lows up to about, what is it, like 80 there to leave room for the sub bass. Left the highs because this has a really nice top end, I find. Sub bass. For the EQ, just cut out up to about 20 just to get rid of some of that, you know, noise that you don't even really hear anyways. And then I added in this harmonic layer. I just wanted the mids there. Another trick I learned from Big Z. So then the three of them together sound like this. I'm sending them to a bass bus here just so I can kickstart, sidechain all of them together. There's other ways to do this, but so this sort of having the sidechain in here helps it bounce off the kick a little better and lets the kick breathe as well too. And then I brought in the vocal, of course. One thing that I thought could sound cool to do to this is to maybe adjust the formant on it. So I might do that right now.
Told her I'm not really looking for another mistake.
It sounds pretty cool.
Let it go, like last year she said, don't you worry if I disappear. I told her I'm not really looking for another mistake.
Yeah. What have we got here? I think, is this the claps? I haven't labeled anything yet. Yeah. So just your basic slap house, any kind of EDM really clap. Just tight. Really cuts through nicely. Meshes with that kick well. As we get further in, I brought in this hi-hat loop, sort of like a trap hi-hat. Again, I haven't done much processing to it, but I did add on this sample delay, or sorry, yeah, sample delay. Put on a bit of right. This sort of spreads it and has it coming out of both sides, just so that it's not dead center in the mix. Usually I like to just keep my kick, sub bass, claps, and snares like dead center, and vocal. A little bit of impact, added in these crashes. So I have those every, what is it, 4 bars or so. Then the second half of the drop, I wanted to just add a little bit of variety to it. So I cut out the kick for 3/4 notes and then did a little bit of a fill there as it comes back in. And then same thing with the bass. I brought those out until that last little beat there. Kind of add a nice bounce to it. I brought the guitar back in just to make it really up the side chain there though. Just so it flows with it. Cut out everything pretty much, except I brought in this other hi-hat. Turn that down a bit, it's pretty loud. That's it, guys. This is how you make a mashup. It's all about, you know, finding songs that are in the same key, or if they're not in the same key, like you can always transpose it, but you want to make sure if it's in minor, it's in minor, major, major. These ones happen to be in the same key, so they fit really nicely. Also, it would be great if you all could subscribe to our channel, click like. I want more people seeing these so that people are learning. I want to answer people's questions. I want to learn from others too. You know, I think it would be really fun to sort of build a little community around this, and you know, love to hear what you guys want me to cover in future videos. So thanks for checking it out. Really appreciate it. And let's let it roll.
Let it go, like last year she said, don't you worry if I disappear. I told her I'm not really looking for another mistake. I called an old friend thinking that the trouble would wait, but then I jumped right in a week later, returned her back and she was only looking for a lover to burn. When I gave her my time for 2 or 3 nights, then I put it on pause until the moment was right. I went away for months until I got crushed again. She told me I was never looking for a friend. Maybe you could swing down my room around 10. Baby, bring me lemon and a bottle of gin. Be in between the sheets till the late AM. Baby, if you wanted me, then you should have just said she's
Cheers, guys.